Thank you so much for joining us today for the Power of Supplier Gateway. I'm Kimberly Snodgrass. I'm the Director of Certification at the NAWBO Institute. And a few reminders before I introduce our special guest is that if you could please hold all questions to the end. Catherine, we're going to do a presentation. Everyone will have a chance to answer questions. And also, please make sure that you are on mute. And also, for the purposes of this call, it's not a training call. This is a call to get an overview of the power of Supplier Gateway and all the tools that you can use. We will definitely schedule something more of a training call in the future if needed, but for today's purposes, this is a general overview of how to maximize this platform. And joining us today is Catherine Reese from Supplier Gateway. She is our client success manager. And there's a part of me that feels like Catherine works for NAWBO because she really does walk hand in hand with us and has been so wonderful with helping us roll out this migration over to this powerful platform. So I am going to turn it over to Catherine. And thank you so much for being here, Catherine. And I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Catherine Reese. I'm a client success manager. I've been working in the software industry since late 2017, I would say. I'm out in Southern California, enjoying the weather, but not the taxes. Happy to be a part of NAWBO and helping out through Supplier Gateway. And, today we're just going, like Kimberly said, do a high-level overview of how to really build your profile within Supplier Gateway to help you get seen by larger businesses, do work with other companies, as well as something we have called badges, which I'll go over, and just the benefits of it. So I'm actually going to do a screen share. So let me just go ahead and click it over. I have to press OK because you're recording too. Okay, yes. Perfect. Yeah. So like I said, today we're just going to do a high-level overview of how to expand, reach, grow your network, gain buyer insights, and like Kimberly said, get onboarding ready as a NAWBO certified business. So once you do complete your NAWBO application, a profile is automatically created and entered into our Supplier Gateway database. It's a great place for buyers to connect with suppliers, see who they have interest in doing business with, and actually connect with you directly through the system. I am going to show you our profile. For example, this is going to be what a buyer sees. So you're able to complete this profile and log in to update it at any time. The summary, like I said, this is the Supplier Gateway one. It would have your business information at the top. But if you create a summary, it will help describe your business, add keywords to the search function. Additional Supplier Gateway badges will also help you stand out. Your website is hyperlinked along with location, business size, classifications, as well as certifications. You can attach social media links if you have them. And once you've worked with a company, they can actually leave you reviews. So it's kind of like I like to tell Kimberly, like LinkedIn for businesses, also with a Yelp feature built into it. So the more that you put into it, the more that you're going to get out of it. As I scroll down, you'll see that there is a supplier center. So it kind of identifies business being done as well as risk. So your TIN is attached. We at Supplier Gateway actually match against federal companies, post office, everything like that, sam.gov to make sure everything is up to date. You'll see as I scroll down, you'll also have the information. People can actually email you directly through it, see your website. And then you're also able to add NAICS codes, products and services, any certifications that you have. And I know that a lot of certifications are gathered within the NAWBO application. So those can be visible, but it would only be visible to companies wanting to do business with you. Like I said, this is a Supplier Gateway one, so I have access to it. But all of the information is there. And like you can see, the more you add to it, the more you're going to get out of it. So I just wanted to kind of show you this from the beginning. We'll hop into another one in a minute. We do have over 67 badges, so just know that. I'm going to go over that in a little bit just to kind of help highlight your profile. But as they go through, I just wanted you to see kind of like the visibility of it, how buyers would see it if you do have badges and have updated your profile. When they do come in, they would be able to have a breakdown of any COIs that you have, any certifications in any sort, any classifications, because I know that you're all women-owned businesses, but you might identify as small business, veteran-owned business, anything like that, we can get added as well. So I am going to show you my profile. Moving on next. And this is just a general profile that I set up. So I haven't added any information. It's just me and Irvine as of right now. But if I wanted to build my profile, and this is the profile that will automatically be generated after completing the NAWBO application, you have up here in the left-hand corner the ability to click on Profile Builder, where this first one, and this is Aria, our AI assistant, who's always there to help you if you have questions on anything. I'm going to close her out for right now, though. I want you to see at the top here, you have a profile builder as well as the certification and badges that you can add. So under Profile Builder, you have the ability to add company information, summary, if you want your revenue showing, all products and services, attachments. As we scroll down, there's numerous things that you can add, but this is all here for you to help build it. As I scroll up, we also have the certification and badges where, like I said, we have over 67 badges that you can add. You're going to have little pop-ups just to kind of warn you. We'll close out on those. But like anything from accepting credit cards to bank verified into liability. So, 889 liability, workers' comp, anything that you have within here, you can kind of scroll through, see what it's all about. If you want to add any badges, they do come at just a low cost of anything from $10 to $25 a month. But really good news is as a NAWBO member, you're going to automatically get the women-owned badge, and it will attach to your profile. So you'll start off with, I believe it's a bright yellow badge to kind of help you stand out. And then, like I said, as you build that profile, you're going to be able to add yourself into the database and be able to search better. So I'm actually going to give you an example of a profile that I think is great. And of course, that little drop down keeps popping up. So let me move this real quick. What you're going to see is this is just one that's in our system that I was reading through, who has a great summary. They have their badges to help make it colorful. You'll see where they're located. You can see their website. If they had social media, it would attach. They have a score, basically everything federal that we match against. And then as we come down, you're going to see that they added all the states that they serve. They have all of their product listings. They have all service listings, capabilities, NAICS codes, but they did a really great job of filling out their profile completely. Now, what this does is when a buyer is actually searching and using the search bar, I'm actually in a different things. Let me hop out of here. When they go to sourcing, searching for suppliers, they can actually use all of those keywords as well as certifications, different groups, badges to search suppliers directly from their system. When they do find different suppliers, that's when they would be able to pull up the profile and read directly through it. And like I said, they would be able to contact you directly through it, read if you have those COIs, what your business is certified as, classified as, and definitely read through everything directly from there. I'm going to hop into another screen and just kind of show you that, if you do want to add badges, they start at $9.99 a month. They help you within the algorithm. They also help you stand out visually. They are not mandatory. Like I said, you're going to get that women-owned one for free. However, if you do want to add them on, all of the information is located in that profile for you to add. What also comes with badges is an SRM. So this SRM is used from the buyer side as well as from the supplier side, where you can kind of see, you can track other suppliers, you can see, maybe people doing business like you, what they have going on within the system, but it's all about the compliance tracking, alerts, risk dashboard, and the supplier discovery within there. So basically what we're trying to tell you is it's one great platform with the whole supply chain. Buyers are going to get visibility into your profile, into your business. They're going to be able to reach out to you directly through the system. If you start doing business with those companies, they're going to be able to leave reviews on your profile, which help showcase how great your business is. Once you've worked with that company, or if you reach out to a company within the database saying that you want to do work with them, you become a part of their potential supplier list. And as soon as they choose to do business with you, you're going to be able to see bids through the system. So if you're wanting to gather other business, that will help be generated through your profile. We have this on here because we have over 1 million suppliers. We have over 1,500 buyers using the system. And I mean, we have buyers like Cargill, EY, JPMC, Visa, DHL, Hilton, AbbVie, Shell, some really great ones, big names. We have small names. We have them all over the United States. So definitely a lot of companies to work within there. Like I said, building your profile completely, adding badges helps get you seen. But really, we're just here to help you with your business. So not only are you getting NAWBO certified, you are also getting a women-owned business badge, and then you're being a part of our great database to help grow your business. So a lot of great things happening there. We just want to make sure that you know you have the ability to grow it. Once again, I'm going to hop over here. It'll all be under Profile Builder. When you click on Profile Builder, you'll have all the choices of where you want to add information. You'll have certification and badges. All 67 will be located here for you to view. If you do want to upgrade and add any of those, that information will be there. Another really great thing is, I'm not sure if you all know, but we do have a support button in the bottom left corner. So if you ever have any sort of issues or questions, you can actually click on that, create a ticket, and we have a whole support team that's there to help answer those questions. Sometimes if there are questions they don't know how to answer about NAWBO, they'll send them right over to me. And as Kimberly knows, we've had calls with some of the NAWBO applicants if they need help walking through the application or even setting up their profile. I'm happy to hop on a 15-30-minute call as necessary to help you all out with that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen as the general information and kind of hand it back over to Kimberly and see if we have questions.
Absolutely. That was great. And I want to really stress that Catherine and the whole Supplier Gateway team has been so helpful when any of our women going through the process or they have any technical questions, they hit that red button. And to me, it almost seems like an emergency button because they do respond very quickly. And I know that Catherine's been on calls with Kamika. When she says that she's happy to hop on a call, she really truly does mean that. And she walked you through it, and it becomes, you get that aha moment of like, oh, that's what I wasn't doing right, or that's what I was not uploading. So she's definitely an extension of our NAWBO team and an amazing one. I rely on Catherine a lot. But at this time, I do want to open it up to any questions any of you may have. And I understand that there's some of you are on different processes of the certification process. Some of you are already certified. Let's see, any questions at all? And hi, Melissa and Ariane. It's good to see you. I know you hopped on after we started talking, but any questions about even building your profile? Hi, Melissa. I'm reading the chats here. And Catherine, it sounds like building out your profile is super important. So you can't just go in, create an account. I'm going to put a few things there. Yeah, I'm certified and here's my industry. You have to really put some effort into building out that profile, correct?
Yeah. So like I said, sometimes I refer to things as LinkedIn, but like LinkedIn is really there to kind of help you look for employees, search for a job, anything like that. And as everyone knows, the more you put into your profile, the more words, the more, because AI reads a lot of things today, right? So the
Yeah.
more that you have the ability to get those keywords in there, to add information that has to do with your business, to put a full description of your products and services, anything like that. I see there's a question in
Yep.
about certified by several government agencies. When you do have that, you can upload that into your profile. If you want to add the badge based off of whatever COI that is, you can do that as well. But it's really the more you add, the more words are going to be picked up in a search, the more visibility that you're going to have, the more people are going to see you as liable because you have all of your information there. When you kind of just leave it blank, sometimes people won't know, is it a true company that I'm looking at? Is this just like a shallow, profile that someone created and then forgot about? So truly, if you're looking to use the database as a business source, as a way to be seen, the more you add, the better. Now, it's not a guarantee of business, but it gives you the ability to reach out to other buyers within our system, people you want to do business with, and really just make the most of it. It comes along with your NAWBO certification, so it's not like an additional cost to have this profile. You're going to get that women badge to help get you highlighted. And then from there, like I said, you can add based off of any other certifications you have, any other classifications that you have, just to really build it out and make it beautiful.
Absolutely. And I do want to make sure Lisa's question
Yeah.
was properly answered because the question within it was, is the supplier gateway useful for professional services firms? And you may have answered it, Catherine, so I don't want to.
You can add your professional services in your products and services, right? So if you have legal advice, I would add that into your services part.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that see, this is when I lose my words. I tell you this, Kimberly, I'll be thinking and all of a sudden it pops out of my head.
You are not
Um,
alone. We all do
yeah.
it, especially when we're on the spot and on a recorded webinar. So,
Right,
yeah,
right.
we give each
But
other grace.
yeah, a lot of services have been added. But I would definitely go ahead and add in any of those legal services, human resource services, advice, anything like that. Um, like I said, the bigger you make your profile, the better it seems. So add everything you can.
I love that. Add everything you can. Another question we have is that are there RFPs that are listed within the platform? And thank you for that question, Ariane. She's one of our NAWBO certified businesses.
Um, oh, sorry, my thing keeps popping up. So everything that's within the platform, the RFPs would actually come from like the buyers. So you wouldn't be able to see like any sort of request from their end unless you're working with them. However, once you have a profile, you can actually go to these different businesses and you can register with them as a potential supplier. So the way to do business with them would have to be through the potential, and then they would have to reach out to you. Otherwise, if you do talk to someone within that company and you can let them know that you registered as a potential supplier, and then you would have more of a direct link, I would say. But all of the bids are requests for proposal would all be located once you start doing business with a company.
Okay, so you would have to register with that company first.
Yeah,
And is there,
so like we turned it off for NAWBO because you guys are a certification.
Mhm.
But like let's say I was to go to AbbVie and it would be the company's name at suppliergateway.com or company name.suppliergateway.com. And then at the bottom, it would say, do you want to register as a potential supplier? And you actually would just fill out some information right there. They might have like a small questionnaire. They might ask for insurance. Once you fill that out, it would go into their profile and they would see that you want to do business with them. So here's another great reason to have a great profile. They're going to click on that profile. They're going to see what you do, how you do it, and then they're going to determine, do they want to do business with you? And then they would reach out to you from there. Now, they might send you another questionnaire that's longer, an onboarding process, any sort like that. But that's how it would start if you were reaching out looking for business. Now, within the database, if they're looking for certain suppliers, they can put those keywords in and find your profile that way and then reach out to you that way. So it's a two-way street. You can either go looking for it or they'll come looking for you.
That's good to know. Are there any, and while we're waiting for any more questions, any steps a business owner can take to be, let's say, onboarding ready? That you could, that where, because the onboarding process can be, a little, sometimes it can be a lot with certain corporations.
Yeah,
So I'm not,
that's so true. I mean, there's some onboarding that have 92 questions and 50 uploads. And that's why I would say that creating your profile and making sure that you do have your certifications, your classifications all located, they possibly won't even send you the onboarding form. They might just onboard you directly from there because they see all the information they need. A lot of times we have companies that do send out those invites once they have a potential supplier. We have companies that just say, you know what, I see everything I need right here. I'm just going to invite them directly in. And then we have some that just have small little questionnaires, get you through the back door, and then they talk to you from that. So it truly is the kind of business that you're dealing with. But I know like EY, for example, because they're international,
yeah.
depending on where you're located, they have different questions. So if
Okay.
you were to go to Ernest Young and, sign up as a potential supplier, you're going to probably be shown a smaller version of what they're looking for. And then if they decide to work with you, they probably send you the onboarding invitation based off location.
Okay. And I do have another question, and if someone else has
Yeah,
another question, please hop in. And this may not be something that we're talking about today, so please let me know, Catherine, if it's not.
yeah,
Is there an onboarding ready option that some of the women can actually upgrade to? And if we're not at the point to talk
yeah.
about that yet, that's fine as well.
So the onboarding ready would be the badges. So you can
Okay,
upgrade
perfect.
into all of those badges. Everything in the profile, like I said, is free. You can add any information you'd like for free. But if you want to get highlighted and the colors brighter, make them be able to see you've already filled out the information from our end. So those badges would consist of you filling out a questionnaire and uploads from the supplier gateway end. So we're pre-qualifying you with those badges.
Okay, so there's no specific onboarding ready badge. It's just it's in all of the badges that signal to a potential, not supplier,
Yeah,
but potential someone on the procurement team who is looking for a supplier. It signals that you are ready and have these certain designations to do business with them,
right,
that you've taken the
right,
extra steps. Okay, I just wanted to
right.
make sure because everyone, I'm still learning since we
Yeah,
migrated to this platform months ago, and I'm
right,
still learning all of the bells and whistles. So it's very helpful for me to hop on here as well. And Catherine and I
right.
talk a lot, but it's one of those things where if you don't use it, then you
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 lose
risk
it.
losing it. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So I just
yeah,
want to make sure, and we talked about yesterday how when we get a brand new car or a new iPhone, it has all of these features that are
yeah,
absolutely fabulous, but then we use one or two of them. And I want to make sure that this platform, it doesn't end up like that, that we actually all take the time and NAWBO invest the time to help educate you all on how to effectively use it, just to maximize it. So
right,
yeah, I
right.
really want to just focus on that because the more you know, the better you can do. And I want to make sure that we know as much as we can and that I can learn as much as I can to help you all. So, and I tried to ask a
Yeah,
bunch of questions just to make sure that, but I think a few takeaways is profile, build it
yeah,
out, really be intentional with your keywords.
yes,
And it reminds me of just even how you build out a LinkedIn profile, your
yeah,
keywords, feed the algorithm, it gets it in front of people. So, to me, a very similar thought process. But
yeah. It's almost like marketing. So
yeah,
if you do have your website attached, your phone numbers, a way to people get, you know, a hold of you, all of that information, it's a platform for you that's available for free. Like I said, you're going to get that women-owned badge, which is amazing to get you
mhm.
started. And summaries are huge. People want to know what your business is about, and it's at the very top of your profile. So best practice would always make sure you have a summary.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So it's good to see everyone's names that showed up today.
Thanks so much, everybody. Very much appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. And as always, if you get in bed tonight and you wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and you're like, wait a minute, what about X, Y, and Z? please reach out to me. I'm very accessible and I'm happy to answer the question, because whatever question you may have will probably turn into a learning moment for all of our women. So
Yeah.
please reach out. Please give me your questions. I'll work with Catherine to make sure they're addressed. And also, if you could, if there are things that you'd like to take a deeper dive on for our next session, please reach out to me about that as well, so that we can make it a little more intentional and cater to what's going to benefit you and your business.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone, have a great day. I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.